G'day everyone. Right, we're just doing another bit of a scenery test, probably the last test, and before I release it later in the week. I've got a few more huts and things to add, but there's a string of huts down the Wairata river here that I'm going to just test and see what they're like. So I thought I'd roll the cameras. So we're sitting in the Shrike 530F, so we'll, I think it's already running actually, I've just literally loaded in, so we'll get going. I've got the doors off today, so we're sitting in Wairata itself, just on a shingle bank just down the riverbed, just a start spot. I'll just turn the generator on. And we're good to go. Just thought this might make a neat video because it's quite a cool river. I had to flatten it out because it sort of went up on the sides of the hills a bit. And you'll probably notice the helicopter's in a paint scheme that would have been on a C model 500, working in this area back in the 80s probably, maybe even the 70s, I'm not sure. The first hut we'll probably come to is up a little bit of a side creek, the Pato hut. Should be down sort of as we get in towards the bush a little bit. It's quite fun flying down nice and low like this down in amongst the trees. Yeah, skimming the water there. It's a little bit tighter here. Should be a bit of a test because obviously in the eddy curve it's kind of tricky to tell the distances because you can travel everywhere so quickly, so I'm not sure. I think the huts are probably, I don't know, would be on a reasonable sort of a stretch. Bit of a step in height there. I may have to fix that because I don't think there's a waterfall there. Starting to get in towards the ranges now. Big shingle flats in here in places. this is where the side creek comes out, where the Koti Patu hut is, I think. So we've got a bit of a rapids coming down through the trees underneath us here. There's a river comes down through here. And the hut should be just up around the corner here, so we'll start dropping down into this clearing. It is. Look behind us. Yeah, we're clear. Right, we'll back out of here. We'll get going to the next one. Just still a little bit getting used to this. This is the Shrike 530, and I've increased my sensitivities on my cyclic to 50% or plus 50, because it was a little bit too stable probably on the default setting. It's definitely a lot more lively now, and it's actually quite a lot of fun to fly again. But it gives us a little bit more of a challenge. Come back down through over these pungas, and we'll drop back into the main river, into the Wairata. I think it's the Wairata, and then we'll just head upstream, and we've got so I think there's another 2 or 3 huts to come to. The next one should be could be Nikau Flats. I'm not sure. It's not too far from, they're sort of all within a, I don't know, a 10-20 mile stretch. Corner. Watch the old rotors on the trees there. A bit tight through there, we'll just go over that bit. The elevation data for this area is actually really good, and just the default stuff, like these hills are very steep, rugged. It actually really shows up quite well. Bit where it's a bit overgrown, so it's a bit crowded over with trees. Oh, here we go. That's the Nikau. We'll go past it and we'll come back in. Right in the shadow here too. We can either land here or you can land up on the top little bench there. It's hard to tell on the photos, it looked like there was a little bench here, so I just sort of put a step in the hill. So we'll lift off out of here and we'll get going to the next one. So I think this is Nikau Flat. A little bit much pitch on that inside of that turn, because the sensitivity is a little bit, I gotta get used to not quite being as aggressive on it. There's some big slips up there above us, but look at it. That's my controller just going offline. It's really working this machine coming around some of these bends. The default trees are a little bit of a pain. Sometimes they kind of fade out as you get close, and you can't tell like if you're actually on top of them or not. Sometimes it's a little bit annoying with the default ones because they're not. I don't think they're actually fully 3D tree. Well, they kind of are, but they're not at the same time. Just the way they're using the texturing for them. Should be coming up to the next one, which I think will be Urewera Forks. Maybe up a little bit further, maybe. It's interesting just flying these, just to see how long it actually takes to get between them compared to what it was in the editor. I had no sort of measuring stick. But over here, there's trees are a little bit lower. Down this nice little tight bend. Oh, we got some scenery coming up. I think this must be Urewera Forks. Got a bit of grass floating there, which I'll need to fix. So this one, it looked as though on the map, on the topographical charts, it had a little swing bridge. Wait to see if it's in here. It should be in here somewhere. Oh, that's why I'm testing. There it is in the ground, which it shouldn't be. It was supposed to be from those little bluffs across, so I'll have to go and fix that. And the hut. Not a lot of room at this one. It looked even less on the pictures, but I made it a little bit bigger just so he could actually land in here. Got a couple of red deer hinds just grazing around the hut. Right, and we have got a bit of clearance, and we'll back out of here. Actually, we might be able to just turn around in here actually. Start climbing up through this little gap. The next one, I'm not. Yeah, I've done so many, I'm getting confused some of the names and the locations because I'm not hugely familiar with this area. I think it could be the Tawa hut, if I'm not mistaken. Some of them have actually got the names on the front of the huts, as you'll probably see when you guys, if you ever fly in it. But it's a little bit difficult. I don't think I've done the river flattening through this bit because it was very steep and it was actually making it look worse than if I didn't. Pick up the pace a little bit. Climb a little bit now and just get further south. see looking around how rugged this part of the Urewera's southern end of the Raukumara is. Oh, not the southern end, probably be the northwestern end of the Raukumara, I'd imagine. Difficult with all that heavy shadow on that left hand side. Now I'm not sure which way to go. Oh, I'm going to go this way. Multiple ways you can go through here. It'd be very easy to get lost if you didn't know exactly where you were, which I don't really know at the moment, because I haven't been down at this sort of level in the sim when I've been doing the editing, so I'm trying to pick out where the next hut will be. It makes it interesting. Some pretty rugged slips down there. I could have missed the valley I was supposed to go up. We could just be heading on way south. So there was a little bit of a gap between the one I just did, we just landed that back there, and the next one's further south. There was a wee gap, but I have a funny feeling it could have gone the wrong way. It's a fairly main river still, but we'll see. Go a little bit further and before I'll call it, I'll pull up. Now do a bit of height here. Lucky we're pretty empty. Just going to climb up onto this range here. Nothing in that valley. Might be another one back the other way, so we'll head back across this way. I don't think I've got a moving map on my little screen down there. I probably do, I just haven't figured out, my controllers are turned off. Let's do it by the old school way. Looks like there's a hut below us there on the actual map, or the ortho photo, so I might be able to add that one in. Big slips. Actually come fair way south, or to the ranges in the little valley. major river underneath us here too. Might be a hut down there on the corner. As you can see, that's probably where we missed our turn to turn up this little side gut. I don't know what hut it'll be. Depends how far we've come past. Land here, and then what I'll do is we'll hover up and around the front of the hut just so we can see if it's got a name on it, so we know where we are. I'll watch my tail rotor on that. I'll come past it a bit before I turn around. It's a tower hut. So if we head straight south of this, or just carry on the way we just sort of come, we'll be able to get to the next one, which is the I think it's Makakariri, I think it's just straight down the valley from here. I think the Kahanui is just on the other side to the left of us. But I'll leave that one for you guys to find. Outside view and back in. Looks like something's in here. Load a chute and we'll come back. Turn around in here. Yeah, and we'll call it here at this one. I need to go, there's a few things I need to go out and get back in and fix up. So this should be the, actually I'll pick up and we'll land in front of the door if we can fit, I think if we can fit over there. Might just go straight ahead and straight down. Yeah, that is too. Alright, and we're good down here, so we'll call it here. And we'll catch you on the next one.